This problem reminds me of that handyman story, where the handyman sends a bill to the big cruise shipping company. He sends them an itemized bill that says tapping with a hammer $2, and the second itemized line said knowing where to tap with a hammer $9,998. So keep that in mind as we do this problem, because this is going to seem like it's a simple, easy fix, but it's really not, because you have to have the knowledge to know where to apply this easy fix. So this is the Java method overriding 2 super keyword problem, and what it wants you to do is use this super keyword to override a method, aka a function, in a superclass. I'll show you what I'm talking about here in a second. And in the end, it wants the final output to read this right here. So let me just show you real quick. So we're going to be working in Java 7. What you want to do is hit these 3 expanding buttons here, 3 expanding periods. Come down to the very bottom, hit these other 3 expanding periods to see the whole code. And the very fast way to solve this problem is to type that super keyword here, right, followed by that period. You have to have that period. And it should pass all the test cases, which in this case is going to be 1. So there it is there. Everything passes there. And so let me show you, let me break this down. So let's pull up my code. So let's start from the very top. So again, we have these imports up here. There's java.util star, the java.io.star. As you can see here, these weren't used anywhere in the code, but it's just I think these programmers write that up there just for good measure, like I said, just for good practice. Okay, so let's start from the beginning here. So just ignore all that yellow. That's for me. That's code and comments just for me, just for myself. So let's start down here in the main. Let's start down here in the main. All this is here is just declaring this motorcycle class here. It's just creating that motorcycle class. It's declaring this motorcycle class, and it's giving it an object handle M there, and that's creating this motorcycle class here, which is all of this. And this motorcycle class is extending this bicycle superclass, which is up here. This bicycle superclass here. Some people call these a parent class. Some people call it a superclass and this smaller subclass. So you have a superclass and a subclass, or some people call them a parent class and a child class. Right, whatever you want to call them, doesn't really matter. Okay, so this code starts, right, it's going to start up here. It's going to see this class bicycle, and it's going to say that you made this method here, you made this function here, and when you call upon it, it's going to return this string. And then it's going to come down here and say, okay, you've made this other class here that's going to extend bicycle, making it a subclass, right, making it the child class. And it's going to see again that you've defined or that you've declared a function called define me, or a method called define me again. In this case, when you call upon that one, it's going to return this string instead. So then, right, that's all great. Everything's happy. Nothing's broken. Everything's fine for right now. Then it's come down here. Then it comes down here, and the computer reads. Okay, it sees this motorcycle method here, and it's gonna see. Okay, when I come to this line, let's print out this string. Hello, I'm a motorcycle. I am. Then it's gonna call this define me function, which is C's right here, because we're still in this, because it can only see in this class right here, in the bounds of this class that it's in. So it's going to call this define me, and it's going to print out hello, I'm a motorcycle, I am, calls the define me method, and then print a cycle with an engine. So that's where you get that, hello, I am a motorcycle, I am a cycle with an engine, which is the first line, which is where you get that which is where that first line comes from, which is where the first line comes from on here. Hello, I'm a motorcycle, I'm a cycle with an engine. Okay, so everybody good with that? No problems. And it comes down here and it says that you made this temp variable equal to that define me function, but this time it's got that super keyword in front of it, therefore changing it in a very big way. Let me show you what I mean in a second. Then it comes down here and sees this line and says, okay, now I'm going to print out my ancestor is a cycle who is. Then it's going to call that temp variable, and that temp variable is this define me function, but now it has that super keyword on it, which overrides it, aka reassigns the what this define me function does, and what that basically does is it goes up here and reaches up into this bicycle class here, this bicycle superclass up here, and performs this action here, which is going to return a vehicle with pedals, this string. So it's going to say my ancestor is a cycle who is plus is, it's going to say my ancestor is a cycle who is a vehicle with pedals. So that's where this second line comes from. My ancestor is a cycle who is a vehicle with pedals. So basically it says define me, but what it did is basically rewrote what define me does, and it reaches up into this parent class or this super class and prints that out instead. If this made this problem any easier for any of you guys, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. I'm glad I could help you out. I'm trying to grow this channel, so if this made this problem any easier for you guys, like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment if you want. I'm gonna leave a YouTube link in the description to a YouTube video where you can learn more about this super keyword, and it goes into more depth about these classes and methods. And also I'm going to copy and paste this code into the top comment. I'm going to pin this code, all this code right here, as the top comment. So if you're in a hurry and you just need to CP something real quick, you can do that, because I know sometimes you get in a hurry. But alright guys, thanks a lot. Thanks for listening, and have a good one.